What's going on, everybody? It's Neil from 2AF.com. We frequently get the questions, where should I mount my red dot sight on my carbine? There's a few things you should definitely try to do, and there's a few things you should definitely try to avoid. The first thing I usually like to tell people to avoid is keep the mount of your red dot off of your handguard. Your upper has all these Picatinny rail spaces that are all good for you. It'll get to a spot where it ends. There'll be a small gap, and then you start getting the rail that's on the top of your handguard. Keep the mount of your red dot sight off of the rail that's on your handguard. Keep it mounted to the upper. The upper is a fixed, anchored, strong spot that really doesn't have any or much flex at all, and it's a strong spot to mount this, and this has to be mounted in a strong, consistent place. It can't move around at all, otherwise you're not going to keep a good zero. So that's how far you should go forward. How far can you go back? Well, the truth is you can go all the way back if you wanted to, although having your red dot sight mounted somewhere back here would be a little awkward. The closer you bring this to your eye, the more the body of the sight will kind of obstruct your vision. If you can get it out a little bit further, it ghosts out a little bit and you don't see it quite as much most of the time. I try to keep enough distance or enough space in between my red dot so that I can put a backup iron sight if I've got one, or put a magnifier if I've got one. Does the gap in between the red dot sight and the magnifier really matter? No, not really, not in my experience. Just as long as when you look through the glass of the magnifier, you don't see the body of your optic, that gap doesn't really matter at all. I like to try and keep the magnifier as far back as I can, because my head is going to be somewhere around here, and there's a critical distance between the back of the magnifier and my eye that it's ideal for using the magnifier. If you have it too far back, you're going to not get your full field of view. If you have it too far forward, you're going to have things like scope shadow. So I heard Larry Vickers once say, try to use the rail space that's available above your magwell, and I thought that that was good advice. When you're mounting these, you put it on here, you'll see if there's play back and forth. I will suggest pushing it forward and then locking it down. When the gun recoils, it recoils back, and this kind of gets pushed forward a little bit. If it's against that Picatinny rail lug pushed forward, your optic's not going to move around so much. So again, it's Neil from 2AF.com. Just be in touch if you need anything like red dots, mounts, magnifiers, uppers, full guns, whatever it is, just let me know. Thanks.